Yes, terrific actor from Scotland, my mother's hometown. You know him as Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Star Wars movies, now starring with Hugh Jackman in a new film called Deception. It opens Friday, April 25th. You know, he gets to take all these exciting motorcycle trips.
All right.
You know, and I have to live vicariously. I'm stuck here in this dead-end job. He gets to do all this, do all these cool things. We'll find out about this. Please welcome Ewan McGregor. My friend.
How are you?
I'm very good. You know, my wife likes to go to England, and she brought me back these newspapers, and you were getting these killer reviews for you doing Othello on stage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I played Iago, yeah, in Othello at the Donmar warehouse. It was an amazing experience. Yeah. Terrifying.
Now, what's the terrifying part?
It can so easily go wrong, and
yeah.
and then there's nothing you can do about it when it does, you know?
I mean, has it gone wrong for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think anyone that's worked on stage will have horrible stories, and it's one of the things when you're getting ready to start rehearsing a play, all your actor friends just tell you terrible stories, nightmare stories about people's pants falling off and forgetting lines. There was a great story about a guy who was in a farce, a French farce, and he was in the dressing room. He had some time off stage, and there's a speaker backstage. You can hear the play, the relay, and it suddenly went really quiet. And he was, at this point of the play, he was supposed to be in this closet at the back of the stage, and it went very quiet, and he heard this pause, and he thought, oh, I'm off. And he ran from his dressing room all the way around backstage and dived through his little trapdoor and burst out of the closet, like 5 pages of dialogue too early. And all the actors looked at him on stage and went, and he's on stage, what can you do? So we had moments like that. I had a lovely one in Othello where I turned around as Michael, one of the actors, came on with Kelly Riley, who was playing Desdemona, and they came on stage, and suddenly I realised someone had died, someone had lost their lines, and I was looking down at them, and I was thinking, oh, my God. This long, long, long pause, horrible long pause, and Michael was looking up at me, and I thought, Michael, I can't help you, mate. I haven't got any lines, you know. There's nothing I can do. And then, of course, 3 minutes later, during the next scene, I went, oh, it was me. I'd forgotten my... I realised it was me, and they were all looking at me because it was my line. Nightmare. Tried in a song on doing Guys and Dolls. Yeah. Had to make stuff up. Because in the musical, the band keep playing. There's no... They can't stop. And
right.
So I go, I like to look at your face. I like it a lot. I'm making up, and it's awful.
Well, see, this is why
I told that story before. I slipped and slid naked towards the stage. Remember?
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah, that was a frightening story.
It's frightening for the front row.
Well, how about movies? Because I know the thing I find interesting about your career is you do the big blockbusters, but I like you do these little independent, you know, El Cheapo movies, you know, small movies, independent films. But a lot of them are very odd. Have you had any odd, small movies that were bizarre? I'm thinking of a particular movie. I'm thinking of in particular. I'm hoping it's the same one. I'm going to use my telekinesis powers to see if it's the same movie. You did a movie where you were sort of painted. You know what was that?
Oh,
what was that film?
Pillow Book.
Yeah,
Pillow Book.
Yes.
I did it with Peter Greenaway. It was my second film.
Right.
And I got drawn to meet Peter and somewhere in London, and they said he was interested in me for this part in this film. And I sat down with him, and he said, so, introduced himself, and he said, would you be prepared to be naked and for us to shoot any part of your naked body? And I said, yes. That would be fine.
I mean, did you say yes? Did you say yes that quickly?
Yes, that was my second film. I was like, yeah, anything, whatever. Yeah. Where do I sign? And so I said yes. He said, would you be prepared to simulate sex with a woman? And I said, yes, that definitely won't be a problem. And he said, would you be prepared to simulate sex with a man? And I said, yep, that'll be fine. So I got the job. I think I was the only actor that said yes 3 times, maybe. But I got the job, and I ended up... we shot it in Luxembourg. I ended up, and they had to paint... There's a very odd story of a woman, a writer, who, to get her books published, she writes them on my naked body, and I take them into the publisher, who's my lover, and I let him read the story. He gets people write down the stories off my body, and then we go to bed for a week. And then, when he's tired of me, I go back to the girl. So I had to have all this Chinese, beautiful calligraphy painted on my body, and I'd come in and 4 in the morning or something, they'd have a little camp bed set up with heaters because it was freezing. We're filming in Luxembourg. So I'd lie down and fall asleep while they paint my front.
And you're naked.
I'm naked.
Right, right.
It's 4 in the morning. It was a lovely little Japanese lady who was our calligrapher. So and she'd do my legs and my body, and she'd always leave this part, my old chap. She'd leave that till if I wasn't asleep, she'd give me the phone, and she'd leave it till last, so it was like 7 at home or something. Right. She'd get me to phone my wife, so I was slightly distracted, and then she'd grab it and quickly paint the stuff on it. She didn't want, you know, she was very caring in that respect, I think.
Oh, wow. And what would she paint? Would it be like Oklahoma or just okay?
Oklahoma.
No. We'll take a break. Oklahoma. Ewan McGregor, be right back. More with Ewan right after this. Welcome back. Talking with Ewan McGregor. Deception is his new film. Now we're both motorcycle guys. You get to do these fantastic trips. You went around the world, and this time you went down through Africa?
We started at the top of Scotland, John O'Groats in Scotland, and we rode to Cape Town. Yeah, wow. So we, down through Europe, and then we went across to Tunisia, Libya, Egypt, Sudan, all the way down there, you can see.
And how many miles is that?
It was about, I think it was about 15, because it was our second trip, I didn't pay much attention. About 15,000 miles, I think.
Wow, okay, wow, okay. Now, tell me about riding through Africa. What is that like?
It's beautiful. And we got told so many terrible things before we went. You know, there was a lot of... We try and seek advice. We do, you know, we do kind of survival courses and hazardous environment training courses, like a news crew that's going off to a war zone will go through these kind of awareness courses, really. And everywhere we went, people were filling us with dread about Africa and saying that it was very dangerous and that people would be unfriendly in areas. And it proved to be the complete opposite. Right through the whole of Africa, all the different many countries, we were really looked after by the people we met and supported. It was fantastic.
So what you're saying, you asked for advice, and when you got it, you didn't take it.
Yeah, and then we didn't listen to it anyway and ignored it.
So how long were you gone?
3 months.
3 months, okay. Now, you saw the pyramids. You have some footage. It just seems amazing to me to be riding your bike and come across the pyramids. Show this footage here.
Oh, my God! Woo! I just can't believe we're so lucky to have the good fortune to get in here on our bikes and get the place to ourselves. It's ridiculous.
It's all south from here, Charlie.
That's so beautiful.
It was really lovely. It was lovely. They let us go in.
Yeah.
They're so beautiful. Because you've known them all your life. When you see things like that, one of the wonders of the world, you've known them forever. Right. And yet I felt like I was meeting them for the first time. It was amazing. Beautiful place.
Now, any breakdowns at all?
Yes.
Yes?
Did you? We had a few. I have to say our bikes were incredibly robust.
Right.
Except for we decided to upgrade the suspension. We shouldn't have. We should have left it because that broke. So the rear suspension springs kept going on my bike. Charlie's didn't because he's a much better rider.
And see, when you're a biker, as long as the other person doesn't get hurt, there's nothing funnier than having your friend fall down.
Yes.
And when it's captured on tape, and the thing that I like about this fall is, it's not one of these, you're coming around doing 90. It looks like you're going 4 miles an hour.
It's so easy for you to sit.
No, I want to set this up.
Have a look at it and see what you think.
Yeah, let's take a look. Here we come. Here we are at the speed. What are you doing? About 15 here? Here we go. Let's go around the corner. Here we go. He's in the front bike. Oh, I better slow down. There's a corner coming up. Oh, this is pretty steep. Oh, hey, bong. How does that? It looks like they pushed you on the bike in Scotland and you went like this. All the way to Africa. How did you lose it right there?
I don't know, the big heavy bikes, it was on sand and gravel, and it's so easy for you to sit here in your cozy studio.
Yes, sure is. Yes, sure. How do you fall off a damn bike like that, huh?
I fell off all the time, all the time. It's just part of the fun.
Now, tell us about Deception. I didn't see this coming at all. I didn't know where this movie was going. I found it very exciting. Tell us
a lovely film.
What you play.
I play a journalist. No, I don't. I play an accountant, an auditor. I played too many journalists. I just get it like that. I play an accountant, and he's a very cut-off character. Doesn't really have any emotional contact with the world, no friends. And he's befriended out of the blue by Hugh Jackman's character, Wyatt, who draws him into a kind of seedy world. He leads him into this high-end business person's sex club, and through that this list of phone numbers and anonymous sexual encounters, my character kind of finds himself.
Yeah. Now, did you?
Anyway, but he's being conned, and he's drawn in to.
So how did one prepare? Did you do any outside work to prepare for these sex clubs that you go into?
I just took tennis lessons, sadly.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you did play tennis.
There's a tennis scene in the film that's like 15 seconds long. I let the sex stuff take care of itself.
Right. And I must say, Hugh Jackman plays a great menacing evil.
Yeah.
Because I always see him in these musicals and things, you know.
Right.
And he plays a
he's
wonderful,
really dark and he's lovely, yeah,
creepy
really
guy.
creepy.
Now
scary.
set up this clip. What's happening here in this
scene? Well, this.
Oh, okay.
There's a lovely scene. Through this club. My character, Jonathan, meets and falls in love with the character S, played by the lovely Michelle Williams. And after we've gone back to this hotel room, we've been chatting, I go off to get some ice, and when I come back, she's gone, and there's blood all over the bed, and then I get knocked unconscious, and she disappears, and this is when the detective comes. I'm telling her about it.
Be right back with John Cho and Cal Penn right after